Hi everybody, it's Jean, and I have been tagged by Magz Lockley, and so I'm going to answer 10 questions, and here we go. That's kind of fun. It's kind of fun to do, and I've got some things written down here, like the questions, so I'll be looking around a little bit. First of all, the first question that we're to talk about is our name. My name is Jean Baney. It's spelled Jeanne, but it's pronounced Jean. And my last name, a lot of people see it in print as Barney, but it's Baney, B-A-N-E-Y. And that is also the name of my YouTube channel because, and the reason I picked that was because I was always doing Jeannie Marie's because my middle name is Marie. I decided to throw in Baney for whatever reason, I don't know. So I just used my real name. I think because I saw several YouTubers using their real names and I thought that was the thing to do. And so I just went ahead and did it. So back to my 10 questions. My favorite craft style. I like watercolor and I like collage. And pretty much everything I do incorporates either one or both. I've done a lot of crafts over the years, but right now that's what I'm doing. My favorite shops are thrift stores. I don't like to shop new. I don't like to buy new. I don't like to buy anything new. I don't even like to buy new furniture, really. I love a bargain. I love to thrift. I love to find the little treasure that that other people have overlooked, I guess. So thrift shops are my favorite. Currently, right now, I shopped at the Village Thrift Shop, which hasn't, they've upped the prices a little bit, but nothing like Goodwill and Salvation Army. They're just ridiculous. Sometimes, in fact, a lot of times their prices are more than what you could pay in the dollar store for the same thing. They have dollar store merchandise that's priced higher than what they sell it for. I have a whole thing about some of these thrift stores, but I like the Goodwill bins. It's the outlet. It's where everything's thrown into a bin and you have to root through it yourself. Nothing is sacred. And 50% of it is stuff that didn't sell in the thrift store, probably because it was overpriced. And 50% of it is brand new merchandise that the thrift stores just can't handle because they're so full. So it's all thrown into a big bin and you just root through it. And I think that's just so fun. I go there too much. But I find a lot of art supplies there, so I don't have to buy too many art supplies new. That's one thing I do buy new. When I watch a video and somebody's doing something and I want to do it, I just right away order it from Amazon or from Wish. Now, I don't really order anything from Wish for something I want to work on. What I order from Wish is like washi tape and stickers and things like that. But I order from Amazon because they will get it to you fast. And I don't like to go into new stores. So even Michael's and that, sometimes I'm too tempted in Michael's. So Hobby Lobby, all those. I can get so much from the bins that I hate to pay full price for things. So I don't have as much choice in what I have, but I buy so much of it that I have a lot of choice when I'm working. So I don't know, kind of all balances out. Shopping is a big thing with me because I don't like to shop. Okay, now my top 5 crafters. That's a horrible way. That's a horrible thing to do. I don't like to eliminate people because I watch so many and I love them. So I watch, I watch 30 crafters, and so to pick out the top 5 is really hard, but I always I try to watch everything that Kylie Coo puts out, everything Don Calvin puts out on Let's Make a Mess. Bettsy Doodle, I watch all of her videos. Dances with Pitbulls. Crazy Rebecca is just too funny. I love her. And I like James Burke. I like Creationsceecee and Joie Defy. It might be Defy, but I like her. And she's kind of new. Creations with Cece, or Creationsceecee, and Joie Defy and Joie Defy are new people that I watch a lot of. Those are what I would say are my top 5 that I'm learning from, or that I watch to relax with, or to keep me focused on being real and not worrying about being perfect. I don't want to be perfect. I don't like to be perfect. As you can see, I'm not perfect, and I don't want anyone to think that I'm trying to be perfect, because I'm not. So anyway, but if I've commented on your video, you are a favorite. I tend to go to people who are watching me because their names come up in my feed, and then I go and look and see what they're doing. So that's, I tend to kind of gravitate to the people. I kind of stay in a little circle. People who watch me, I'm watching them. But I do go and I look for new channels to watch just for inspiration. The most influential people, I think, since I've been on YouTube, is Liz Drake and James Burke. And the reason for that is Liz Drake opened the floodgates. I thought YouTube was all music, really. I didn't really pay much attention to it. After a while, I only watched music videos just because my son was in a band, and so I watched a lot of music videos. But when I discovered junk journaling, somebody said, "Oh, you should check YouTube out for junk journaling. It sounds like something that you would like." So I went and I put in junk journaling in the search, and Liz Drake came up, and I watched her, and I was mesmerized. And she didn't even try to be perfect. She reveled in not being perfect. And I thought, this is for me. I love this. So I watched her religiously. I mean, that night I sat down and I made a junk journal. It's one of my first videos. I was so excited. I was just beside myself. I was so excited. It opened the floodgates. It's when I really started to become 100% me again after my husband had passed away. So just the fact that I could release all this emotion into my art was so exciting. So anyway, that she was influential that way, and I still tune in, but she's not doing as much journaling as she was doing. James Burke is the person that started me on doing faces with watercolor. And I really wasn't even doing watercolor. I was drawing them with ink, of all the things to start with. But he used a fine tip fountain pen. I love to use it, and I played with that. And you can see in my early Instagrams his influence, definitely. I don't watch him as much anymore because I don't like being influenced. I want my people to be my creation. And so I noticed that when I was first doing it, I was copying, trying to make them exactly like his. And once I stopped watching so much, my own personality came into my drawings, which I didn't like quite as well, but hey, they're me. So So those are my two, I think, that were the most influential in me. Liz, to keep me, to free me up, to be myself, and to love not being perfect, and James Burke, that brought me into, well, Liz also to bring me into journaling, and James to bring me into watercolor portrait. Not really portrait, but faces. Okay, enough about that. Favorite colors? I like all the colors. I absolutely can't choose a color. I can't pick a single favorite color. Every color excites me. I love color. I love every color. I love combinations. The earliest memory I have is sitting with my friend Patsy as a child at her house, and we were coloring in color books, and her favorite color was red. She loved red, and I was just so puzzled as to how anybody could choose one single color to be your favorite. I told her we were trying to choose, and I said the best I could do was choose pink and turquoise. Those are my favorite color combinations. And I love color combinations more than I love single colors. I love pink and yellow. I love pink and turquoise. I love purple and blues. I love greens and purples and greens and blues. And I mean, I'm not a real fan of oranges and reds. So those are my least favorite, but I still love oranges and reds, especially when fall comes around. That's what I use. And I love orange and teal. So anyway, colors, I just don't have favorite colors. I just love all color. My favorite tool is an aqua brush. I discovered aqua brushes. It was like it opened up my whole world. I love an aqua brush. I don't even use my paintbrushes. I have a lot of paintbrushes that are still brand new, and I hardly ever use them, but I buy aqua brushes all the time. I'm bad with them because I mess up the fine tip, and I need that fine tip. So that's my very favorite tool. My second favorite is the heat gun because it dries things so that I can keep going, because I'm an impatient person and I work fast. And I don't like to wait for things to dry, which is why I haven't even attempted oil painting yet. But that's in the works because I have a set of oil paints that I bought at the thrift store for 50 cents. And it's a great big box of brand new tubes of oil colors, like 12 or 15. So anyway, that's coming, I know. And I've been buying some canvases. So, so that's coming. Where did my love of crafting come from? I have a big history. I have a history of crafters. My grandmother, if you look at any craft from the 50s, 60s, 40s, they were all in her house. She did crafting. She also, if you know what the Gilmer elves are, she painted the elves. She did hand painting as a profession. In Southern California, and she was a big influence. She kept scrapbooks. My mother kept scrapbooks. My mother journaled, and so I have that history there. On my dad's side, his family were artists. I have a painting by his Aunt Julia. My grandfather's Aunt Julia, and I have a painting by my grandfather, and he was an artist. And my great-grandfather, he was an artist and he was a photographer, and he had a photography studio in San Francisco, and he also hired a balloonist to take him up, and he painted San Francisco from the air, a line drawing of the whole city, all the streets. It's the only one in existence from before the earthquake. So that was on display in the De Young Museum. So he was a great influence. I'm sure the genes have come through a little bit, just by recording things. And I like photography a lot too, which is where my blog came in. I have a blog, and my blog, I just, every place I go, I just recorded everything, and I blogged about it. I, took a lot of pictures. Okay, back here. That's where my love came from. When did I get started here? The video I watched from Liz Drake was in June of 2016, and I made a video that night. I used a YouTube account that I had opened up. I made a couple of videos for like family, and so I already had a YouTube, and I just went ahead and I recorded the journal I made that night, and from there it was history. My favorite crafts now, watercolor and collage and journaling. I didn't start out with my junk journals by journaling every day. The last year and this year, 2018 and 2019, I've kept a daily journal. And even though I've missed days here and there, like everybody does, that's my favorite thing right now. And something I don't even show on camera. So I think those are the things that I want to leave, behind. The rest of the I love doing my chunky junkie, which is just throwing things together on a page creatively, and I think that's so fun, and I love to do that. I still think my journal is my more important thing that I do. Okay, that's it. That's the 10 questions. So the tags, people I'm going to tag is, I'm going to tag Diana from Art and Soul Studio, and Julia McNeill from Julia McNeill Crafts, WoolySteph, Crafting from the Dungeon, and Carbootcrafter. Okay, I'm going to tag them, that I would like to know more about you, and I would like to see you answer the 10 questions. So down below in the information box, I'll have all of their channels, and I will have all the channels of my top 5 crafters, which I think there were more than 5. I think I put down more than 5. But and that's it. That's all you need to know. And now you know what I look like. Although I put my picture up, of course it's a picture I like. This is the real me. This is real me. So I'll say goodbye. And thanks for tagging me, Magz. I gasped. I oh no, when I heard you tag me. And I thought, oh my goodness. Magz, I watch every video she does. I don't always comment, but and she's one of my favorites too. But I didn't know if that was kosher to put her down as my top 5 because she tagged me. So anyway, go visit all these guys, especially my newer ones that I've discovered. I want you to be sure and check out those people too. So I'm just babbling now. I don't know how to end this. I just don't know how to end this. Okay, so I'll just say goodbye. Thanks for watching. And I've kept you 20 minutes of time you will never get back again. Bye-bye.